Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of slope as unit rate. This is standard 8.4b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 5 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have an aquarium being filled with water here, and it shows, this graph shows the height of the water over time. So height over time. So that is going to be, if I can figure out what that's going to be, that's going to get me my unit rate, or my rate of change. And so we need to find the statement that best describes the rate of change. And take a look at what we've got. We've got 20 inches per second. So, right, we would say 20 inches per second. You see how we get the height over time. 1 inch per second. 5 inches per second. 2.5 inches per second. Because when we have this rate, right, we usually have some type of measurement over time. All right, so we need to find it per second. So as you can see on our x-axis, we have our time, and thankfully it is measured for us per second here. So how can we figure out the rate of change? Well, let's just take 2 points here, right? And let's go back to what we know about slope. So the slope, sometimes referred to as m when we're looking at it in slope-intercept form, it is the change in y over the change in x. And so sometimes we'll use the little saying rise over run, just to let us know that we're going to put the y-coordinate on top. And so all that means we're just going to take two y-coordinates, subtract them. We have to find the same x coordinates that coordinate with those two y coordinates, subtract those, divide it, and we're going to have it there. So let's see this 5. So this x is going to be 5. But the y, what is halfway between 10 and 15? That's going to be 12.5. And I just picked those two random ones to show you it doesn't matter. If you have a straight line, it can be any two x coordinates, and this is going to be x of 6, y of 15. Any 2 points along the line can be used for this. And let me see, we've got our y coordinates. So I've got 15 minus 12.5, and then you've got 6 minus 5. Now, to make it easy, you notice how I picked two numbers that were right next to each other? So I'm going to get over 1, right? So I don't have to do anything extra. I'll show you in a second what happens if you don't do it over 1. It's not the end of the world, right? 2.5. So that just equals 2.5. Okay? So we're looking like D right here. What happens if you don't do that? So what if you did this one? 2, 5. Let's say I want to do this one and this one. You just have to do a little bit of reducing at the end. So we're going to do 15 and 5 minus, and our x, let's do the y's on top, and the x is on bottom. 6 minus 2. Look what you're going to get. You are going to get 10 over 4. So that is 5 over 2. So what is half of 5? Guess what? You're going to get 2.5 either way. Or since this is a proportional graph and it starts at the origin, guess what? Since you've got the 1 right there, just look at your first y-coordinate. Your first y-coordinate can do that. You could just make your second xy coordinate 0, right? And you get your answer here of 2.5D.